Welcome to In the Spotlight with your host, Lena Zhu.
Welcome to In the Spotlight. I'm your host, Lena Zhu. My guest today is Dr. Day. Dr. Day is a foreign language professor at Benedictine University. He has been teaching Mandarin for over 15 years. Today, Dr. Day can share us about his experience of learning Mandarin as well as being a Mandarin teacher, along with the program he has involved in Benedictine University. Thank you for coming here, Dr. Day.
Thank you for having me.
So let's straight to the topics. So when and how did you decide to learn Mandarin?
It's a little bit of a long story, actually. I spent my junior year abroad studying in France, because originally I was a French major. And while I was there, I really got interested in learning more about foreign languages. But in Europe, many Europeans speak other European languages. So I decided after coming back from Europe to try to do a language that was different. And at the time, I had a friend in high school who was learning Mandarin, and I just kind of talked with him a little bit. It sounded interesting. I started taking language classes and then just kept learning Chinese. So.
Oh, that's very interesting. But so like a lot of people may learn a foreign language, but like they don't really finally end up as being a language teacher. So what made you decide to become a Mandarin teacher?
I guess my interest not only in the language and the culture, but in language acquisition as well, and then really wanting to share that with students. And I think, although I'm not a native speaker like yourself, my experience of learning the language is a little bit different, so I wanted to be able to maybe share that with students as well and bring my own experience in learning the language to them, and to emphasize to them that if I can learn it, you can learn it as well.
So speaking to your experience of learning this language, so what would be the most difficult part of learning Mandarin in your eyes?
There's a couple things. I think the tones are very difficult for non-native speakers. So Chinese is a tonal language, and learning the tones is difficult because you have to remember the pronunciation for each word or character, and that can only be done through memorization, of course. But the characters are also a challenge in terms of how to write the characters. But it's also something I think a lot of the students learning the language appreciate about Chinese as well, because it's very different than other languages that use an alphabet, for example.
Okay. Yeah. So does learning a foreign languages in fact or influence you like in some way?
Yeah, in many ways. I mean, some research has shown that cognitively there's benefits to learning any foreign language, of course not just Mandarin as well. But I think you're learning another culture through language. We can't really separate language and culture. So when you're learning Mandarin, you're also learning about Chinese culture. So that's a real advantage too. And I think just learning, as you learn, you're put in a difficult position, because learning a language, as you know, another language isn't easy, right? You make mistakes. You're a little bit vulnerable when you're learning the language as well. So I think it teaches you an appreciation for other learners of foreign languages as well. So you become a little bit more sympathetic and empathetic with others who are also learning the language.
Yeah, that's really great.
Yeah.
So what would be the benefits of learning a foreign language in today's society? Like, shortly, to answer this question, what would you think was the most benefit thing for learning a language? I
mean, professionally, there's a lot of benefits. Employers are looking for employees and workers who maybe know more than one language, especially in an increasingly globalized world. Again, I just mentioned the cognitive benefits are very beneficial as well. And again, learning about another culture through the language is also very important in this day and age.
That's really good. So like, that's all the time we have right now. When we come back, Dr. Day is going to talk about the program he is involved in at Benedictine University. Stay with us.
Is that?
Welcome to Ben News for May. I'm Molly Morley.
And I'm Donnie Rollins, and here are our top stories. Benedictine University welcomed Congressman Bill Foster on campus on April 19th in the Goodwin Auditorium. He represents the 11th Congressional District of Illinois. Foster spoke about his life as a scientist in Congress and informed the students of how he ties science, business, and politics together. The organization that ran the event was the American Chemical Society Society of Physics. Eye of the Eagle reporter Anum Razak spoke to Casey Candelaria, who coordinated the event, about how the event will benefit people who attended.
Hi, I'm Anam Razak, and today with me I have Cassie Candelaria. Cassie is actually the event coordinator of tonight's event. How did you get Bill Foster, Senator, to come to BU today?
So this all started from just an idea that I had in the math office, and I thought, I was really inspired by the March for Science and just seeing a bunch of different political things going on. So I thought, how as we as a community can try to do something about it. So I thought, what better way than to invite a politician to come in, and I just contacted his office and then spoke to his people, and they were able to schedule and agree to come to a meeting.
Okay. I think that's really cool that you were able to get a senator to come to BU, and it's amazing how you got a quick response like that as well. So another question I have is, what do you expect students from Benedictine to learn about this event?
So if anything, I think the most important part would be to really get involved and to really diversify and also be very knowledgeable about what we're voting against and what the true issues are, and not to be persuaded by politicians just trying to advertise something, but really look at the facts behind it and make their decisions through that.
Okay, so being part of the younger crowd, people usually get bored of politics and they try not to get involved. So since this school has a lot of majors and it's more of a science-based school, what do you expect for students who are health science majors, basically in the science majors, and students who are studying politics? What do you expect them to learn, and how it's going to change their impact of what they're studying from this event?
Yeah, so I think the biggest point that I learned was probably how Bill Foster said that he was very inclusive, and he was also very diverse in the sense that he learned about everything and he didn't just stick to one topic. So as health science majors or pre-med majors or whatever, you shouldn't just stick to that route. You should try to, learn about other things. And I think that's what BU is about. We're a liberal arts college. Same thing for political science majors. They should try to learn more about science and more about policy making with facts and science. So kind of merging the two worlds together and not keeping them separate.
Okay, Cassie, I want to thank you for your time. I'm Anam Razak. Thank you.
Students had the opportunity to view the artwork of their fellow classmates at the annual 2017 Student Art Exhibition in the Father Michael E. Komajak Art Gallery on the 5th floor in Kinlan. This event was open from April 18th to May 1st, with the reception being held on April 19th. During this event, students could admire artwork from all ranges of their classes that are offered at Benedictine, including graphic design, drawings, paintings, and many more. Leah Noel was able to speak with Rose Conchell, one of the students' artists, whose work was displayed in the gallery, and Gino Faso spoke with Eric Krasich about the art show.
So Rose, tell me what's going on in the art gallery.
This is a student art exhibition where anyone can come in and vote on what artwork they think is the best.
Oh, awesome. And this is one of your pieces?
This is an intaglio print that I did this year. It's called Basket Case.
Awesome. I really like it. It's really pretty. Well, thank you for talking to us.
I'm Gino Faso here at Eye of the Eagle. I'm here with Eric Krasich. We're here at the annual art fair for the year. Eric, tell me a little bit about your piece and the first time entering a show.
All right, well, as you can see in my piece, I'm a big fan of the ocean and shells. I collect them a lot, so I'm a big fan of that. So I really want to do something where I can showcase that. Finally getting recognized for my work is very rewarding to me. I never thought that I would be submitting something in this, but it's really nice to actually get my work recognized.
Yeah, great job, by the way. From Eye of the Eagle, I'm Gino Faso.
On Sunday, April 30th, the Black Student Union hosted a fashion show on the first floor of Goodwin. This fashion show was named I Am Art, and it commenced with the Benedictine students describing how they are different forms of art. This opening led to the start of the fashion show. The fashion show started off with a traditional African dance, in which the models were clothed in African clothing. There also featured a DJ who played a variety of music, including rap and hip-hop. Students participated and walked the runway to advocate and support the Black Student Union on campus. Eye of the Eagle's Christina Alfaro was at the event.
Hi, I'm Christina Alfaro here with Eye of the Eagle, and I'm here with two Benedictine students, Sammy Zamora and Chewy. I'm actually attending the I Am Art fashion show here at Goodwin at Benedictine, presented by the Black Student Union. So you guys, what did you think of it?
The show itself has been so diverse, and it's so exciting to see like all the different looks and everything. I came because a lot of my friends are in the show, so I'm here to support them. But I love the turnout. It's a big group of people, and everyone is so supportive, so it's going really well. I like what I've seen so far.
I am loving it right now. I love how they're just sticking to the culture and how they're really bringing it with the fashion. It's not only contemporary, or it's also bringing high fashion into it, but it's also staying true to our style today, and I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far it's been wow.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah.
So how did you guys hear about it?
Well, like I said, a lot of my friends are in it, so yeah. And then I was originally helping, but I just got so busy with classes and stuff, so.
Yeah, what about you?
I heard, of course, I have some friends in the fashion show, but they did a really good job about like putting it on Snapchat, social media, so the whole campus could kind of find out about it. So they did a good job with that as well, which was really good.
Yeah. So they had a lot of, kind of segments, I guess, where they showed off different parts of fashion, like, the denim, the shoes. So what was your favorite, segment?
So far, my favorite one has been the very first one where they came out in the African culture type of clothing, and they had the music going, the drums. I really thought that was the perfect way to open it, especially with the whole theme of the fashion show.
I love the denim part. I love denim. I think denim would never leave the fashion industry. Denim is just so timeless, and I love the look of it. So I love that part.
That was definitely one of my favorite parts too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you guys because that's all the time we have.
Oh, of
so
course.
I hope
Thank you
you
for
guys.
having us.
I hope you guys enjoy the second half.
We will. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. I'm Christina with Eye of the Eagle.
On April 20th, the Benedictine Theater Club kicked off their annual spring show in Goodwin Auditorium. The show this year is one of the famous comedy shows, The Odd Couple, released in 1965. The Odd Couple is a classic comedy story about two roommates, Felix, who just broke up with his wife, and Oscar, a slovenly man who moved in. The first show of Benedictine's, The Odd Couple, was a great success. Many students and adults came in to enjoy the show. The audience laughed at many funny plots. The show closed on Saturday, April 22nd. Eye of the Eagle reporter Lena Ju spoke to the director of the show, Jake Brown, about how they came upon the idea for the show and what kind of problems they ran into during preparation of the show.
Hello, this is Lena Zhu from Eye of the Eagle, the campus television program. I'm here with Jake Brown, the president of the theater clubs in Benedictine University. Jake Brown is also the directors of the Odd Couple show tonight. So how do you feel about now, Jake?
Well, we just did our first show of The Odd Couple, and it went really well. We had a pretty good crowd tonight, and we didn't really have that many mess-ups, so I'm pretty confident in where we're at.
Okay, so what's the show about?
Well, basically, it's based off a very famous play that had a movie in 1968 that's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Basically, the play is about two bachelors that end up living together, and just one's a slob and one's super clean. And it's a comedy, and it's very funny.
So how long have your team prepared for this show?
Well, the theater club does one play a semester, so we've been preparing for this play the entire semester.
Wow, that's a pretty long time. So what do you think was the most difficult part of the show?
The most difficult part of the show is probably getting people to come. Benedictine is not known for being a very involved campus. So just getting people here is the biggest difficulty. We've advertised this play more than anything else that I've ever seen advertised on campus.
I'm sorry about that, but I think it's really a good show. So what do you want to bring to the audience about this show?
Bring to the audience?
Yeah.
Well, I want to bring the audience a good time, pretty much. That's the whole thing. I'm a senior, so this is my last show. Personally, I think it's the best show that we've put on. I started Theater Club two and a half years ago. So this is the best show we've had, and I hope that people enjoy it.
So pick up the best moment you like about the show tonight. What we would choose?
The best moment of the show. Well, tonight, Braden accidentally kicked a Pepsi off stage, and that was hysterical. So those little moments are probably some of my favorites.
Okay. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
The Benedictine Artist in Residence program held its curtain call event on May 1st. Curtain Call allowed the Benedictine student writers to have their 10-minute plays read by professional actors to a live audience. The performers came from the Silk Road Rising New American Theater and performed all 10 plays for students and staff. The plays surrounded a multitude of genres and contained many different themes. There was also a short open discussion following the plays where students were allowed to talk to their actors about their performances. Eye of the Eagle reporter Logan Hansen talked to co-directors Jamil Khoury and Brent Irvin Eichhoff about the plays and the group's performance.
Hi, I'm Logan Hansen. I'm with Brent and Jamil here at Benedictine University for the Arts and Residence program. So, how do you guys think the performances went this year?
I was really thrilled with the performances. Our students, so we have been through an 8-week course learning how to write short plays. And it's been the whole process of what goes into development of characters and a plot and conflict. And tonight was the culminating event where all of their pieces, their 10-minute plays, were performed. So I think they were really imaginative and unique, and some of them very intense, and very just moving pieces, very provocative pieces.
Yeah, we're always excited because we have professional actors come in and read them, and in class when we're workshopping them, it's the students reading the work aloud. So it's always really exciting to have some professional actors with more training performing them, because they really bring them to life, and it really ends up being a pretty powerful evening.
That's good. And so, how do you guys think this year's performances were? Were there any specific ones that stood out to you guys that you enjoyed?
Well, I want to say I like them all equally. So I think each of the pieces has there's a message. I think there's, they're articulating an experience. Oftentimes it's based on personal experience or people in the students' lives. So I really appreciate the honesty. I appreciate the fact that, some of them are very raw and a bit brutal in ways, just depicting the dark side of life. And so I think there are a lot of courage, and I think a lot of thought went into them writing their pieces.
And I know we worked a lot in the revision process about making sure that they were three-dimensional characters, and especially some of the ones we really have seen a lot of progress in them. So it was really nice to have this culminating event and to see kind of how much stronger the pieces are since the students have been working on them.
Awesome. Well, that sounds like a very good program. It obviously went well and was very successful. So I want to thank you guys for putting that on for us, and thank you for the program. All right?
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm Logan Hansen, and this is Eye of the Eagle News.
Goodwin Hall was the place to be on April 23rd for the Disney Dash. Disney Dash was an event sponsored by the American Medical Student Association, or AMSA. Their mission is to improve healthcare delivery to all people and to promote active improvement in medical education. AMSA is also raising awareness to provide improvement and understanding of world health problems.
The student-run newspaper, The Candor, held an end-of-the-year dinner on May 2nd in the basement of Burke. The dinner was a way to celebrate the success of the staff editors, writers, web design, and social media. During the party, the advisor of the newspaper, Chris Burks, explained that the views of the online publication had increased by thousands since it launched in 2011. Mexican food was served at the dinner, including enchiladas, nachos, and refried beans. Everyone is enjoying their food while listening to some awards and learn what the top 10 stories of the year were. The editor-in-chief, Marissa Perez, won Journalist of the Year. Jacqueline Gore talked to staff member Logan Hansen further about the event.
This is Jacqueline Gore with Eye of the Eagle. I'm with Logan Hansen. Logan, what did you think of the event today?
I thought the event was good. We got a lot of awards were given out, and a lot of people won the awards, good seniors leaving the program. So I thought it was a very good event, very good wrap-up of the year.
So Marissa Perez won the Journalist of the Year award. Do you think she deserved the honor?
Oh, definitely. Marissa's a very good editor-in-chief for The Candor. She does a very good job. I think she is a good person to learn under. I'm hopefully going to be able to step in for her next year, and it's going to be a good time. I'm excited to step in.
So how do you like working for The Candor?
Candor's great. Professor Burks does a good job getting everybody organized, and he's a very good, boss, leader, whatever you want to call it, I guess. But he just does a good job getting everybody organized and making sure that we put out the best that we possibly can.
Thank you so much, Logan. Again, this is Jacqueline Gore with Eye of the Eagle.
On May 2nd, the Benedictine University Communications Department and Candor staff held their annual awards ceremony in Burke Hall. Professor Chris Burks and Peter Seeley hosted the ceremony and handed out awards to recipients who excelled in their field of work throughout the year. Marissa Perez, editor-in-chief of the Candor, received an award from Mr. Burks for her outstanding work with the university newspaper. Mr. Seeley awarded Marlo Loudon the most prestigious award in the Communications Art Department, which is the Communication Arts Overall Excellent Award. Marlo's excellence in video editing, journalism, and Photoshop made her a great choice for the award. Alex Usueta spoke with Marlo about the award after the ceremony.
This is Alex Usueta with Ben News. Today we were at the Senior Candor Banquet Awards, and we are joined today by Marlo Loudon. Marlo, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So you ended up walking away with an award today. Do you want to speak to us a little bit about what it was and the kind of work you did to receive the award?
Sure thing. I walked away with the overall excellence awards in the Comm Arts department. It's kind of for excellence on every level: news writing, video editing, website design, code editing. A lot of the work I did for it was one of the biggest things I did was I did a magazine called the DuPage Valley Review. And for that magazine, I laid out and edited the whole thing in InDesign. I co-wrote an article in it. I took some of the pictures. It was a magazine that was really like my baby. And then I also did several interview pieces that I spliced together for video. I did a lot of research papers, and I just gave 100% in everything that I did here.
It sounded like you did a lot of work to receive that, so congratulations for the award. Now, I know you did not attend school this semester. You finished last semester. Can you tell us a little bit about what life post-school is like?
Well, it's very different. I had lived on my own during college, and so I already got a taste of what the real life was like. But going into it, not having to go to school is much different. It's going to take a lot more applications than you think. I'd say I sent out well over 200 before I got the job that I really was looking for. I'm currently working as a photographer. I do portraits for schools, marathons, graduations, and then I do model photography on the side. My advice to anyone who is graduating soon is to, if you have a dream or one thing you want to do, try that first. And if it really falls flat on its face, then do the thing where you'll make a lot of money.
Sounds like you're extremely busy. Now, to end our interview, is there one word that you can use to describe the process from school life to real work life?
Maturity.
Mm-hmm. Marlo Loudon, thanks for joining us today. This is Alex Unsueta with Ben News.
Admitted Transfer Student Day took place on April 28th. Students got a chance to learn more about what Benedictine University is all about and learn more about the transfer student process. The university transfer student counselors were present to answer any questions that the students had. The event took place in Goodwin Hall and light refreshments were served. Brittany Perry spoke with transfer student advisor Brittany Dvorak.
I'm here with Brittany. I'm here at Goodwin Hall at the Transfer Admitted Students Day. Brittany, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Brittany, how long have you been here at Benedictine?
So I've been here for almost 5 years now.
Okay, and then what is your position here?
So currently I'm with the Advising Center and I work with our College of Liberal Arts students and undecided students.
Okay, and then how many years have this particular event been going on?
So this is actually a brand new event that we've hosted. So this is actually our second time hosting this event.
Okay.
So it's brand new. So, but so far so good with this event.
Fantastic. And then, so at this event, what can a student actually get here?
So it's kind of like a one-stop shop for our transfer students. So it's nice for them. They are able to talk with an admissions counselor to kind of finalize anything that they need to get into Benedictine. And then they're also able to talk to one of the advisors like myself, and we kind of go over our degree requirements, what it takes to be a Benedictine student, and how everything kind of gets started here. So whether it's talking to financial aid or submitting a deposit or, getting your immunization record started, it's a one-stop shop for everything.
Fantastic. Well, Brittany, thank you so much for speaking with me.
The Benedictine University Ministry reaches out to all students of all faiths and allow them to feel comfortable about whatever their faith is. The ministry does outreach in other places, like mission trips, where they live the Benedictine values. Eye of the Eagle's Brittany Perry spoke with Catherine Heidelberger about the campus ministry outreach.
Today I am here with Catherine Heidelberger. We are here at the Transfer Admitted Students Day, and she is here on behalf of Campus Ministry. Catherine, how are you today?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Fantastic. And can you tell us a little bit more about Campus Ministry?
Yeah, so Campus Ministry, we have 3 full-time staff that work to help students and walk alongside them in their faith and spiritual journeys, wherever they are and whatever tradition that may be. We are part of the Catholic tradition. We have Sunday evening Mass at 7 p.m. in our St. Benedict Chapel for students who want to be there. We have wonderful service opportunities that are local, national, and global. We go to the Philippines, we go to Brazil, all sorts of wonderful places. We also have a lot of interfaith opportunities as well, so if you aren't Catholic, we've got plenty of things for you to be involved in. We have a beautiful interfaith prayer room that's a space for everyone to have a quiet moment to pray, contemplate, meditate. We do retreats, all sorts of really cool stuff.
You say that you've traveled internationally, like to Brazil and such.
Yeah.
Does a person have to be part of Benedictine in order to take those trips with you guys, or is it for anyone who would like to do so?
That's a good question, and I didn't mean to say Brazil. It's actually Bolivia.
Bolivia, sorry.
But for those trips, we take a group of students from Benedictine, and we usually partner with the Diocese of Joliet and go with other students from other universities, which is really neat.
That is
so
awesome.
We'll go with Lewis, College of DuPage, North Central, and a small group will go on these international trips together. It's really fun.
Fantastic. And if a person would like to possibly volunteer with Campus Ministry, how would they do that?
Also, very good question. Our office is located on the 4th floor of Kinlan.
Okay.
You're welcome to pop in anytime. We usually have coffee, candy, snacks, all sorts of fun things. And then we can get you connected with any kind of opportunity that you'd like to be connected with.
Oh, that's so fantastic. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Benedictine softball hosted Kalamazoo for a doubleheader on Tuesday, April 25th. Benedictine's defense was solid throughout Game 1, led by Holly Habercorn on the mound. Habercorn pitched a complete game with 4 scoreless innings and helped her own cause, going 3 for 3 at the plate with a solo home run. The Eagles' bats were very productive, scoring 10 runs on 11 hits in the first game, lifting the Eagles to a 10-2 win. Eye of the Eagles' Dan Caballero caught up with head coach Kate Heidkamp to talk about the end of the season and expectations for the postseason.
Hi, this is Dan Caballero with Eye of the Eagle News. I'm here with Kate Heidkamp, the coach of the Benedictine Eagles. We just finished up Game 1 with Kalamazoo. We had a scoreless 4 innings thrown by your starting pitcher, Holly. How do you feel about that?
Oh, awesome. She's been awesome. I mean, obviously for a long time, but definitely all year. I mean, that's great.
She only let up 2 runs today. She went 3 for 3 with a solo home run. She's on both sides of the field. Is she a key player in every game?
Oh, yeah. Well, very much so. Very much so.
Awesome. And you guys had a 4-game win streak coming into this series. How does the team feel coming out?
I mean, I think they feel pretty good right now, especially because some of those games we either came from behind or, you know, we had to win late in the game. So, I mean, we definitely showed a lot of heart in those games. So, I mean, they're playing really well right now, and we're excited. It's a good time to be playing well at the end of the year.
Awesome. And you guys seem to shut them down defensively. Did you have a strategy to go about that?
No, I mean, we just work on it all the time. We talk about playing with urgency, but no, these girls just work hard, and they're great players.
That's awesome. We got the regular season coming to an end. I think we have 4 games left. What are your expectations for the postseason?
We'd like to close out our regular season pretty strong. We have 4 big conference games left, like you said, and then we're conference tournament next weekend, and we'd really like to battle to get into the championship game.
Awesome. I think we're all looking forward to that. Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
It's Dan, the Eagle News.
Thank you for joining us this year. I'm Molly Morley.
And I'm Donnie Rollins. Those are the top stories for May. We'll see you in the fall semester.
What are your plans for the summer?
Well, I'm going to be studying abroad this summer.
Oh, really? Where are you studying abroad?
I'm going to be in Mexico for a month.
I will be working out for football in the fall.
I'm going to California to go visit my aunt and then go to England, take a trip around the world.
I'll be working out a lot this summer, Logan, preparing for my senior season. I also have an internship with ComEd this summer, so I'm going to be working a lot, working out.
You're excited for your internship?
This summer, I'll be helping my parents move to Florida, and then I'll be babysitting for this family, and then I also work at a restaurant.
Dick Pontiflex is a runner's paradise for the casual and serious runners. Looking for a new pair of trainers? Crunch out our Nike Zoom Structures. They will make you feel like you're running on air. Come use our treadmill to get a feel of your new shoes, or try your new shoes on our lovely track to get more of an authentic feel. Come use our rollers for a fast recovery after an intense workout. If you're feeling a need for speed, Real Zoom Cellular 5s are the ones for you. Come to Dick Pond Athletics today, located in Lisle, Illinois.
Welcome back to In the Spotlight with your host, Lena Zhu.
Well, back to In the Spotlight. I'm your host, Lena Zhu. So in the last part, Dr. Day shared about his personal experience of learning Mandarin as well as being a Mandarin teacher. So as a foreign language professors at Benedictine University, I know you are the leader of a couple study abroad programs. So could you tell us more about the programs?
Yeah, I've done 4 or 5 study abroad programs since I've been here in 2010. And our first programs were a little bit shorter, so they were 2-week, more like tours of China that were tied to coursework. And after reflecting on some of the good things and bad things about those programs, we changed the program a little bit to go longer term and also to make it less touristy and more of a in-depth experience in China and more interaction with Chinese people. So right now we have a 5-week program that we lead every summer.
That's quite a long time of 5 weeks.
Yes.
So what's the requirement of students to be part of this program?
We do ask that you sign up for a course. So actually there's different professors who also participate with me on the study abroad programs. So it could be a business course with Professor Goins, or it could be the China Pollination Project research course with Professor Hines, or a course that I'm teaching. There's also a conversation class that you can take. So we just want you to be enrolled in one of the courses that is tied to the professors who are doing the faculty-led study abroad, and that's it. You don't need to do anything else.
So what's the mission of this program? Like what Benedictine and your team want to bring to students through this program?
Well, one important thing for the Benedictine education, of course, is to educate a new global citizen that is aware of issues in other parts of the world, is aware and learning of other cultures, and also see the interconnection between them all. So they're not just isolated in American culture.
So like speaking about the program, so do you have like any expectation in the future that like you want to do with the programs? Like do you want like some change or like some development that you hope for the program?
Yeah, I would actually. I think we want to keep going in the direction of having more experiential opportunities for students, again moving away from the tour model a bit. I would love to see a little more language learning done during the trip as well, and just get more students to go abroad.
So do you have like any funny story you can share about
Any
during
funny
the trip?
stories? Not really, actually. Things have gone quite well. I mean, maybe one story would be one year we had a group that had difficulty using chopsticks, which isn't really funny.
Chopstick.
But by the end of the trip, they were able to use chopsticks, and when the waiter and waitresses came in with forks and knives for them, they actually said, no, we want chopsticks. We want to use chopsticks now. So not really a funny story, but a good story.
Yeah. So last short question, like people always ask me, but I want them to hear your opinion. So is the Chinese food in China really the same like what we are having in America?
No, it's not.
It's not so.
And unfortunately, the Chinese food here isn't as good as the food in China. So that's another reason to go abroad, to enjoy authentic food, which is very, very different. And the diversity in China is much greater than what you're going to find here in the U.S. So.
Okay, cool. So that's all the time we have tonight. Thank you for coming here, Dr. Day, and like engaging us such a wonderful conversation. So that's all we have tonight. Thank you for watching.